a happy holiday, and they're just talking over me. It's fine because we're having a very festive time.
Yeah, nothing new here.
Yes.
What is up? Bam!
We're on a boat. We're on a boat.
Not yet.
Get height. All right,
We
so
We haven't actually got on the boat.
our friends are going on a boat right now.
We're on a boat.
And they saw an apparition from another time, a callback from early episodes, a wink and a nod to all the people who watched from very early on.
Like 2 of you.
Yeah. And they're greeted by John, never steal, borrow. The captain of this ship, orc captain.
Wait, it's an orc captain now?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought she was the captain.
And
She's just an awesome merchant.
would you like to proceed with the story?
As I push Althea back, I'm like, well, she's already told you. We did run into your brother, and this man here drowned him in a bath.
This one.
It's a long story. There was a miscommunication.
He was a bit of an asshole.
He was kind of an asshole.
He gets really, really close to you, like face to face with you.
Why does this keep happening?
And he goes, and he pulls off his nose.
Jesus.
And you notice
They're on
that
leaves.
his nose is painted green, and it's a steel nose, and you see the inside of his face. And he goes, you see this? This?
Oh, wait, yes, I see it.
Yes. My brother took my nose.
Oh, we should have searched him for noses.
Yes.
We didn't know. We would have searched.
We would
if
have
we knew.
gotten your nose back.
Ripped it right off my face.
What an asshole.
That
Do tell. Why did he?
that dull tooth needed more than a choking.
Oh, he
And
got
then
more
puts
than
it
choking.
back. He puts it back on his face.
We
And
stabbed
you
him
notice
several
he has a band around his face, and it's tied, and it's painted the same color as his skin.
Oh.
Nope.
No. Sorry. Pardon me.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry for my friends
I can
here.
blend it.
I put my hand out to give him a handshake.
And he grabs your hand and pulls you forward,
Oh, the Trump.
and then
Trump
he
shake.
gets you really close to him, and he says, "You keep your funny friend in line, will you?"
Oh, I will.
Yeah, Odie.
That's good.
He's funny, but when there's a fight, he'll choke a man.
Oh, joke, motherfucker.
Do you know prestidigitation?
Not much for the magics. The only magics that got me on me body is this, and he opens up his chest. And it says "Run D&D."
Okay,
No, I'm just kidding. He opens up his chest and he shows it to you, and there is a cannonball kind of like shot.
I'll perception check that
Uh-huh,
with
go
my
ahead.
hands.
It's a circle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cannonball looks like a circle.
Is like the cannonball
4
one of his
plus-
giant nipples?
What, 2? I don't know. I'm fucking hitting on him or something. I don't know, man.
She's got a thing for
He
orcs.
made me roll. Well,
What was the number?
No,
I rolled a 4, but
a 6
perception, yeah.
Or Arcana?
Okay. Let me see. I rolled. What did I roll? A 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 9.
9. You do know it's magic. You're not sure what it does.
Oh yeah, no. I was just making a joke. I'm
But
gonna specifically ask him later.
It looks like a cannon shot. It's supposed to look like scarring,
Okay, so he wants to look like someone shot him with a cannon.
but he says it's me tattoo.
It's a pretty
And we
fancy
will
tattoo.
talk later. But right now we have to talk to the merchant.
Me tattoo is magic.
And we're
I
gonna talk
remember
about
your brother.
it later.
Yeah. Excuse my excited friends here and touchy-feely friend over here. But we heard that you might have a merchant with you in this ship, a female.
Yep, she goes by Letty. She's the one who threw the money at us to sail around the world and looking for something. We docked in one area, boarded another, docked in another. You know, just trying to make money where we can. That's what we're trying.
Well, good sir, Captain John, I have 2 questions for you.
Uh-huh.
My first question is, where are you headed after Windwater? Happy Water?
Letty! And he calls back, and
That
you
was
see,
my second question. Where was she?
You see a woman. Is this a
behind.
woman? I
That
think
looks like a
no.
woman.
Put my
There we
hand
go.
on-
That's what I want.
How's
I
that
put my hand
a
on
woman?
Sala.
A woman comes. She has 2 swords on her side. She has a very wide-brimmed hat and a large feather on it, and a cape.
And make sure to hold back, Sala.
And she saunters down the stairs. People are rushing by you, by the way, holding crates and barrels. You're kind of getting knocked to the side a little bit every once in a while.
I wave at the brim hat woman. I'm guessing this is.
And as you wave, you are knocked to the side, brushed to the side, and Sala embraces
Right.
this raven-haired, pale-skinned woman.
I look at the pale skinned woman real quick and I
Uh-huh.
say, "Hey, you remember Alice, right?" And I wink.
She pulls the hat down, and something happens behind the hat between the two.
Shade her soul.
And then comes back up, and they both look refreshed, and she says, "Yes, my good friend Sala
Alice.
is
Oh
here."
my God. Why do I even try? Don't just leave.
I mean,
Alice.
Alice.
Alice is
Alice.
here. And we met at a
Rave.
Bar mitzvah.
Party.
a rave party bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
At my rave party bar mitzvah. And we
For,
are
John Christopher.
going to
Be best
Make
friends.
out.
the Isle of Tortoises.
This is painful.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's where we're going, John. John, turn the boat around. We're going to the Isle of Tortoises. Back home. My home. Yes.
Well, it was lovely to meet you. I walk up to her.
And she says, and she shakes your hand and she says,
Great talking to you.
okay. I don't know who they are. It's okay. They helped me. They saved me. And they need your help.
And her name is.
Ah.
My name's Delron. This is Aodi. This is Audrin.
Yo.
And this one's Althea.
And tone.
Yes, hello.
And Tone.
Ah.
Oh, there's Tone, and let's give her a sexy name.
That's Tone. And we're the Pickle Posse.
And her name is Sexina.
Sextina.
Ah.
Aquafina, baby. I'm so upset my voice is gone the first time we bring her up.
So,
I love Sextina Aquafina.
Baby!
where are you all headed after this?
It's an appropriate one to do.
The
Well,
mountains of.
We went ahead north to the mountains past Sectus. I believe near, where was it? Taizra?
Well, I mean, I owe you all a lot
I mean-
for helping me out.
You can
We
pay us an
don't-
electrum.
She's secret.
You an Electrum?
I don't know.
You see, all
I'm just
my
eating jerky, like,
all my items. Unfortunately, all my investments are in items at this point in time. I have no
That's fine.
hard cash.
No need it? No need it?
Nothing to liquidate yet. I have much to liquidate, but
Well,
no liquid.
It
if
seems
you
you have
know what I
control
mean.
over a ship and we need passage, so maybe we can find some sort of agreement.
Let me talk to John, and I will see what I can do to convince him to maybe go up the channel.
Oh, John's
and-
down. He likes us a lot.
Yeah.
He likes me a lot.
But if you want to stop by your isle or whatever.
That's the completely opposite way.
Oh, really? South?
Well, I mean, what we could do is
West.
use the current. We could take you down the channel, use the current to go back up, and then wrap around. John, do you think that's possible? What? What? Why are you always yelling at me, woman?
I like him a lot. We're gonna say John is short for Jonathan.
And John
you
walks
decide that,
up.
not the DM.
You guys are about
His name
halfway
is
up that flat staircase. And he says, "What you been needing?" And she says, "I want you to take them to the."
Best. I mean, I know where. Delron knows where it is. I have no
So were there
idea.
any monasteries you weren't
But
kicked
if
out
I
of?
remember correctly, you said it was like past the mountains, past Taizra?
Yes. So there's a channel that goes around Sectus. It's on the west side of Sectus. If you, because we're on the north side of Sectus, if you go along the west side, There is a mountain range that kind of gets cut off. It cuts off the channel, and there's supposed to be an underwater river that goes under the channel, and possibly there's like a hidden route that can go up the mountains through that river.
Do I know this?
John does.
Okay.
John, if you tell
Good
him
man,
you're
John.
from the monastery,
Yeah, no,
he
I've-
says, well, there is a hidden channel that goes up through the mountains that
monastery has a name? Don't remember
the
at
the
moment.
monastery has a name, and I don't remember it because it's some weird name that I didn't come up with.
Some man standing here came up with?
Yes. But the monastery is called.
I'll get back to you on
All
that.
right. And so,
But you know that
To
monastery
be
that I'm talking about,
continued.
right?
Yeah, of course. And I could swing by there. We need to go out to sea a bit, so that way we can pass the reefs. And once we get around the reef, then we can get you down the channel. How's that, young lad?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, it'll take you at least a week's time to get there, seeing as though Sectus is a large place, and my boat is very large, and I'm needing to stop off at a small island on the way.
Ah,
So,
Stone's
Fish
Bastion.
jerky.
Stone's Bastion.
so it's your boat and not Sextina Aquafina's boat?
Well, you see, we captains here are democratically elected by our crew.
What is this word?
So if we don't get, if we don't stay on the up and up, we don't stay as captains. So this isn't my ship; it's the crew's ship.
Sorry, it's a concept foreign to our terribly sectist sensibilities.
Well, here's the funny part: I killed the last crew and hired a new crew. So guess whose ship it is?
So it
It's my ship.
That doesn't sound very
works
democratic.
mostly like it does in sectors then.
I like
pretty
this
much.
guy.
It's fine. It's fine. They were about to die anyways. Ah, it's all
old?
good.
I bring you.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm
I'm
just
pretty
kidding.
sure the sea is a
I go,
terrifying
can
place.
I
filled
go
with terrible
aboard with dry
creatures.
fish? I give you this.
Ooh, have some fish.
You realize passage is going to be more than dried.
How much for the
Fish.
passage? You said free for her, right?
It's
and
for
this man
me.
choked your brother.
Choked him real good.
All right. I'll give you a discount. And then Letty comes in and she stops the conversation. She says, "They're with me." Yes, but they're also taking up cots and they don't have jobs. They need to do something and they need to pay their way.
I'm
Unless you're
aboard.
willing to pay
I
double.
had a job. I don't
Because
think
you're
I have a
bringing
job
on
anymore.
4 as opposed to 2.
Ooh, I'm aboard and I can heal things.
And he's a boatman,
He's a boatman, and I'm
boatman.
capable both physically and physically.
and you already gave me your word. I get to come for free.
All right. Get aboard and I'll evaluate you.
And she can fish like the Dickens.
What's Dickens?
I'm
It's
gonna
a
help you
giant
men.
fish.
I can
It's a
kill
giant
people
fish.
and rest people and
All right. Come aboard.
entertain.
Come aboard.
Aren't y'all gonna go to the barkeep and
Oh,
trade and shit?
you didn't even know? The Zops already did it.
Okay, fine.
You don't see them walking back and forth? Zops, stop moving. And then all the guys stop moving. They drop everything they're doing. Zops, announce yourself. And my name's Jovi Soap.
Jovi soap.
Jova soap.
And he smiles and he has missing teeth.
Oh.
And he's like a very handsome Rocky Balboa. Yeah, he even has wrappings on his.
So non beat up Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A much
but
younger
he's
non-beat
missing 2 teeth on the top, and he has his knuckles wrapped. And he says, and then he
Does
points
he-
to another person, and he said, and that person says, "Greetings, my name is Folly," and he looks like.
Oh. Yeah.
He looks like what's his name?
Fucking no.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
He looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the age of 32,
I'm gonna.
and he
look it
pulls
up.
out
Looking
a
it up.
few cards out of his hand,
I'm all like, ooh.
and he says, "If
Yeah,
you
the
ever need a
ladies just having a
joke,
fine
let
time
me
of this.
know."
I like
and he
this
puts
guy,
it in
entertainer.
And then he points over, and then
I like
this
this guy.
this
Ow.
next person looks like.
To be fair, the dog
Someone
was
rough.
a good movie.
Christopher Walken.
Oh, somebody rough? Tom Hardy.
He looks like a
Damn.
30-year-old Tom Hardy. He's like, greetings, my name is Sile.
We are
I wanna
Venom.
bone all these people.
Save
And
the orc for all fair.
Looks like we're getting this passage
And
for
then
free.
he goes, and he pumps his fist together, and he says, always looking for a good partner. And then
Well,
the
damn. That's
other
what he said to the
person
bard.
is a sly person, and this person looks like,
A sly person.
uh-huh.
Ooh, Alan Tudyk.
Oh, okay, this is Alan
Dick's so nice
Tudyk,
they named him twice.
and he says, greetings, my name is Soul. And
I can
he,
see how interesting
he,
Fuck yeah.
he pulls out a knife out of his little
Sleeve?
suit jacket, his sleeve. He pulls out a knife, and then he pulls out another knife, and then he goes, and they're gone.
I think they're in his sleeves.
You see me like
Do you hire
applying all these
sailors
people?
or entertainers?
I pull out the silver.
And then an intellectual person.
Seth Rogen. Comedian Seth Rogen.
Uh,
I forgot there's two. It's like, wait.
Seth Rogen.
Oh shit! I'm gonna Google comedian Seth Rogen.
I think it's the other one. Not Seth Rogen. What's the other one?
Not Seth Rogen.
Chubby one.
That is Seth Rogen.
It is Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're confusing him with the other guy Rogen, the obnoxious
the other
and
Seth.
And he
yeah.
has
Oh,
he
there's the
has
other
glasses on, and greetings. My name is Lazzy, and he says if you are ever in the need of a good conversation with regards to philosophical endeavors, please let me know. A person who is very conniving.
The obnoxious
That's
Seth
quite a
Rogen.
few people to keep
Yeah,
track of.
conniving.
Uh,
Fuck. It's Pena. What's his name? Carlos Pena.
Yeah,
Michael Pena?
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena, and he
Googling
says
all these celebrities. I don't know
He's
celebrities.
the one from Ant-Man. The friend.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
he pulls out a rapier out of his hand, and he balances it on his finger, and
Who,
he
Michael
says,
Pena?
and he throws it in the air, grabs it, slips it into the sheath, and he says,
This is Aody's crowd.
I
You
look
know
at-
this.
I look at
greetings.
Yeah,
You
right.
see me like, yeah!
They
missed your
call me
calling.
Stax. Greetings.
I look at the Captain John. I'm like, what? Did you hire sailors or a freaking circus troupe here?
And
Is there one more?
there's four. There's 10 in total.
All right, give me a sweet.
Jesus.
Give me a sweet older one.
Jonah Hill, he's there, and he's like, greetings, my name is Flanzier. I abhor violence very much, and I do not like that my brothers are very violent.
I shan't
Oh, they're
board
all
this.
brothers.
Oh, they're brothers.
Oh, shit. So,
But if you ever need to know the location of something, please let me know.
All right, but I shan't board this ship if Sam Elliott's not on it.
A liar,
A liar, John Oliver.
John Oliver.
Oh yes.
That's who comes to mind?
I actually like him, but
Hi, my name is Steve. And they say that I lie, and I know I don't. It's just a lie upon a lie upon a lie.
I love John Oliver. He's so good.
I love him. His comedy. is
Yeah, he's
great.
really good.
A painter.
Painter. I don't know.
Bob
I
Ross.
said
Bob Ross. What are you
Bob
talking about?
yes.
Get out of here with that.
I just want Sam Elliott to show up. I just saw Tombstone.
I'm sitting here. I'm just painting one of these barrels. Just gonna make it.
Everyone
this
just
barrel
thinks-
right here.
That's the happiest barrel I've
Literally
ever seen.
everyone
And that's
just
our
feels
little
that
secret.
That's our little secret. They call me
I
Adam.
totally just put
And-
Everyone's a little bit peaceful.
And then,
He makes me feel good.
what's the kid from The Shining? Not The Shining. Fifth. No. Yeah,
Macaulay
I See
Culkin.
Dead People.
Macaulay
Oh,
Culkin.
Macaulay
It's not Macaulay
Osment.
Culkin.
Haley Joel Osment.
That guy.
Older or
The voice
younger?
of
Younger.
Sora from fucking Kingdom
Younger.
Hearts.
Little Haley Joel Osment.
And he's like, and I'm Zara.
Oh God, he's new Thomas.
I hate him.
Tommy.
And
Throw that
then
kid off the fucking
on the
boat.
ship.
Don't
So
kill
that's
Elmo.
you see all
Don't
these
kill
people.
me,
They're
Tom.
they're moving crates and barrels, and it's these 10 brothers.
I'm all like, I like these
And
guys.
and
Except there's
then
no Sam Elliott. Fuck
I
Sam
turned
Elliott.
to
and
Daryl
he
on it.
says, and then John turns to you. Never steal turns to you, and he says, and the 3 ladies will never introduce themselves. They only let me introduce them when we come to shore.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce you to Jasmine, who looks like
Emma Stone.
Okay.
Emma Stone, Liar, who looks like
I'm not one for heroin chic.
Yeah, who's the heroin chickiest?
Emma Stone.
What? No, you can go.
I'm not going to say Emma Stone Part 2.
We can do better than that.
Dakota
once-
Fanning.
Dakota Fanning
One's redhead Emma Stone, the other one's a blonde.
and
Girl
Fossa
triplets.
and Fossa,
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Oh,
A
okay.
16-year-old Julia Roberts.
16. Can
$1
you make him
baby.
18?
Yeah, she's 18.
Thank you.
All right.
This is gonna be.
All right.
I was like, this is about to be a sausage party.
And
Glad we have
they
some
are
ladies
all in the on the ropes up on the boat, and they're just
Ladies?
looking around. They don't, when you say ladies and you wave to them, they scoff and look away.
I say hi to them.
They look down, they nod at the ladies.
Fuck yeah.
here. Hey,
All right, I like this
I
shit.
Well.
like this ship.
There's a
about
severe
me?
lack
And
of
when you
Sam
wave,
Elliott, but I should
What one of them
accept.
does is literally, and then spits on the other direction of you.
I like that one.
That's how women usually react.
And then he says, "Come aboard. We need to
Guess
get
that
you
answers
jobs."
that question.
I like these boats.
Oh yeah, this
The
boat
Zopes
rules.
and the Fuss, well, the ladies, we call them the Fuss. The gentlemen, we call the Zopes. You got it, you learn it, you need to know it. All right, we need to get you jobs. So there's a few people over here who are already doing things. We already got a quartermaster, we got a captain, we got a sailing master, we got a boatswain, we got the surgeon carpenter, we have the master gunner, and me mates. Well, you can be a mate if you'd like. The ladies are all the mariners. They go aboard to shore when they need to go a fighting.
Go
Because the
to boat
ladies
to
are
shore.
the best fighters in all the land. They never lost a single fight in all their lives, and they never will. Unless you just want to be able-bodied sailors, the one thing we don't have is a darn cook.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
We all point at Delron.
I'll cook.
He made us breakfast.
But we also need a gosh darn silly, stupid smith. We've been missing a smith.
A Smith.
Around
Also,
here.
Continue pointing at
Guess I'm
Delron.
doing 2
He's
jobs.
a smithy too.
He just needs access to fire. Ta-da!
Yeah, I'll smith for you.
All right.
I'm a smither.
You're gonna need to get a job. Who else can cook then?
I can't cook, but I can carry things from one place to another.
I
All
can't
right.
say I can't cook. I mean, I make a mean
I'm not very
fried
strong,
rice
though.
and tomato risotto.
Can it smell like lavender? I've been
It-
finding that the boys, the Zopes, they need to smell lavender very frequently, or they get all rapscallion-y.
It
I go, I
fucking
learned how to
can.
make something very special. We call it a pickle.
I can make a square foot of anything smell like lavender.
And what can you do?
We gotta cook.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure.
The loot.
I can make it taste good no matter how I cook it.
Pretty much.
I can
You
heal
play
things.
something?
I go. I can heal things. I can inspire. I'm very
She can.
acrobatic.
She can keep the
I'm stealthy
morale.
as hell.
She's very flexible.
She can keep the
In,
morale.
in terms of the
crew.
jobs she will
I just
is
look
willing
at
to
it.
do. And,
All right.
We'll put
You
her in
say
the
you
crow's
can
nest.
heal and you can play a tune.
I can
That's
talk to
good.
And she can
animals,
fish.
All right.
I can speak
Well,
with
She
the
can
dead.
comprehend languages and speak to the dead.
So the
I'm
Seth,
a performer.
the Seth,
She's been accused
Seth
of witchcraft many
Rogen
a
guy,
time.
the Seth Rogen guy. Lazzie.
That's the philosophical one, right?
Yes. He says, Lazzie, come here. And he sends Lazzie over to you. And he says, well, she'll be helping you with your darn carpentry and your darn surgery. And then when she's done in the evening, she'll be playing some music. So teach her what you know. And don't go digging around in her gosh forsaken panties. You panty thief! I didn't steal any panties from the boss. I swear to God, if you keep accusing me of that, I won't do anything because it's not worth my time.
I say, we'll make sure no panties are stolen on this trip. Where are these panties? Just to make sure that none go missing.
I think they usually wear them.
All 3 of the ladies who are up
Perfect.
on the rafters, they go,
Perfect.
and they spit off the side of the boat.
Spitters.
The funny thing is, it's
Guess that
giant
answers that question.
pantaloons, is what panties are these days.
it would be actually.
All right.
Yeah,
So
panties back in the day.
It's either
Yeah.
chemises or pantaloons. That's all
Everything
you
was a
get.
show back
right.
then.
he says, all right, we're almost done shipping up. All right,
Wait, he's
everybody
stealing
get
his
into
sister's
places.
panties? Is that what
Let's
was
get
going
going.
Those two aren't siblings. The girl is
Zops,
the boy that's
up on board! And then they all like finish their stuff. They pull the stuff over, and he says, "Thanks, Jock. Keep." And then
Who
the
the fuck?
crazy guy waves. Bye.
That man has serious problems.
Oh, we're talking about Doc Man?
Yes.
Okay.
Doc Man.
Bye, Doc Man.
Thank you for drying my fish.
Thank you.
I say rent out my apartment for a reasonable fee.
I'll take care of your apartment, you crazy.
He knows you pretty well.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he's gonna turn your whole house into a smokehouse.
Well, you were married to the mayor and then
true.
got divorced.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, tell the mayor she can suck it.
Oh, you still liked her.
Well, she could still suck it.
Oh.
Captain John,
That's what he wants for Hanukkah.
what do you need, Smiths?
Days of it.
Well,
Nails?
what we've been eating is nails
kicking
and
the table.
hammers. Just keep making nails and hammers until I tell you to stop making nails and hammers.
That's
and
a
when,
fair point.
when you're done with that, we've been eating shorts. Short shorts.
Short shorts.
Shorts?
Short shorts.
Shores.
Swords. Short swords.
Shorts.
I'm pretty sure it's short
I got-
shorts.
I got the Urk underbite.
Yeah.
Short
Hard
shorts.
to talk. You got the
wears-
big fangs.
I'll get to it.
So who wears short shorts?
You wear short shorts.
Give me your belt.
I wear short shorts. All right.
Please do.
All right. So here's the rules. Now that you guys are on.
You didn't put us on the boat.
All right. Let's put you on the boat.
Put us
We're on the boat.
All right. So the ladies are up on the
Get on the
raft.
boot.
No one messes with the ladies.
Aw.
They are. up
So
on
there's
the
3
raft.
They're very
Foss
pointy.
plus Sextine Aquafina, whose real name is Telly, I guess.
Yep.
Sexina.
And then the 2 ladies do. And then. And then that will be sex.
Woman overboard.
And
It's a lumpy
Sala.
I don't know where we put her.
Sala.
She had one of her.
Yeah, we had one of her, and I don't know where she went. But for right now, she is going to be a mermaid.
Oh.
That's what she used to do.
Alrighty. And then this is the captain, the 10 Zops. 1,
Oh my goodness.
2. Oh, actually, they're going to go down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't fall. Don't come with me.
5 and 6.
We've had one for her.
7, 8, 9, 10. Holy fuck, dude.
All right. And just some extras.
One
for
battle's
fun.
gonna last 4 episodes.
Oh, don't worry. I'll find a way to handle that.
And 9 people fall off the
She
boat.
that you do.
All right. All right. And he says, well, and this is all one boat. I want to be clear of that.
Stories.
Yeah. So
Like a double
this,
boat?
this is the
Bottom and top.
this is what I call the main deck, and this is the upper deck. So the upper deck is where all the ropes and the lookout case are. The giant weird gun is right here on the top. There is a staircase that goes down. There is a room that's right over here, and there is a room that's right over here. He says, well, now that introductions are out of the way, we best be going on to our shipping offshore chores. So move on to your chores, grab who you can, and go off and go along your day. If you guys would like to go training, after training, you can just explore and hang out and sing shanties and eat like the rest of us.
Thank you again for allowing us passage.
I'll start to marinate tonight.
I move stuff from
Start
one
smithing.
side of the boat to the other and then just move it back.
Okay. So,
I'll grab Aoda real quick before I leave, and I'm like,
okay.
keep them eyes open, all right?
Okay. It's gonna be hard. It's awesome, 10 of them.
Yeah, a little too awesome for my taste.
Yeah.
Make sure we're not in a trap of some sort. You know how Creekin operates.
John calls all 4 of you.
Eat.
He comes to the 2 of you talking, and he says, "You 2 come."
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh,
Well,
I listen to John no matter what.
well, there's
Tail back this man.
there's a matter that we have to talk about.
Yes, sir.
All right. When we don't really like any weapons on the top deck.
What is that?
My loot's not a weapon.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
There's
John.
my long
Well,
sword.
you see, the last time we had the Zops with weapons, they started stabbing each other. So we have a
That's
rule,
funny.
weapons stay down in the sleeping quarters. And that's the only place they stay. And for safety purposes, you might want to leave your stuff down there as well.
That doesn't sound very safe, John. That sounds
Nat-
like a recipe for disaster.
You rolling it?
Nat 20 on a stealth plus 9s on 29.
2.
I hide 2 daggers in the back of my bag.
Or be like
Alright.
sleight of hand.
Yeah.
I'll insight
Okay, so
check
it'd be
him.
26.
Yeah.
That's a natural 20 insight.
Woo.
2.
Our
So
street,
inside,
our
just-
street cells won't allow us to be
I got
without
a-
Is
anything.
he like
I got a
blind to us?
17.
Is he like
17.
saying this just to us, or is this like an actual rule?
To all 4 of us, it's a rule.
Is this like something he said several times before to like other passengers, or is this like
Oh
something
yeah.
just coming up
This
with?
is something that he's said
With
several
a
times. before.
24 persuasion,
Uh-huh.
can I try and convince him that we should be able to keep our stuff?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, along with all of our duties, we are also skilled security people. We could, as long as we get to keep our weapons, we could make sure that nobody gets in any trouble.
The only people that get to keep their weapons are fuss.
We do fuss.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I'm a fuss.
It's his ship, his rules.
I can do good just with my 2 daggers and not
Alright.
spells,
But-
so.
You guys are fine. You don't need anything.
Yeah,
You're not
you
idle,
seem
need
like a
anything to do.
trustworthy man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Hey.
You have to keep your longsword at your side at all times. If one of me boys grabs it off you and stabs one of his brothers or you, I'm throwing you off the ship.
Not
That
if I
might
throw
happen,
them off
actually.
the ship first.
Mine
Okay,
are
no
hidden.
stabbing. Rule number 1, no stabbing. Please.
Okay, well, I got a modded 20
Two.
with intimidation. So I'm like, no, I'm going to keep my stuff. And
Very
I'll be your
intimidating.
right-hand man. He's a big guy. No one can intimidate him, but I can convince him through being
Audrey,
tough. 'cause
along
he's
those
an-
lines, keep your bag on you at all times, eh?
Oh, that's right.
And he says, "You're funny,
Yeah.
and I like you.
Yeah, I fucking like you too.
You're not gonna leave my sight.
Never.
Never. And you're sleeping in me quarters. That's too much.
You're
That's too
ready
much. That's too much. But if you want to, the
Oh,
invitation.
I'll show
I mean,
up.
as a
like,
captain-
All
I'll
right.
I
think
was like,
about
as a
it.
captain, you guys could get married right now.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, hey, fucking, nothing's off the table at this time, especially not the weapons.
All right, I'm
Well,
gonna go to the
I-
smithing area.
Okay. I hid 2
Alright.
daggers, so I'm good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess, well, yeah, but we're late anyway.
Someone has to be very rapey to try to get my daggers.
Rapier. Rapier.
And
It's like a tiny little forge
John,
somewhere.
before you go down, John goes and pulls you close again. He likes to pull people close.
Yeah, he's a puller.
I
I
like him.
noticed.
I think he's a hugger. I like him.
So these are all levels of the boat for people at home, just so
So
you know.
many boat levels.
So many boat levels. This is the worst part about Assassin's Creed. Okay. All right. So he says, so there's a little bit of a growl that you'll hear down in the bottom part.
You got a monster or something? You're keeping up?
Something
Pet?
crazy.
Oh,
A
yeah.
pet?
It's just a pet.
What kind of pet?
Don't be messing with me, pet.
What's the worst
Aw.
thing that could happen? I'm sure that it's not gonna come back to bite us in the
talk
ass
to
in
animals?
any form, shape, or way.
Belly rubs.
But
I
it,
almost forgot you like animals.
it
Yeah,
might
what
be
kind
a
of pet is
beast.
it?
It might be a beast or a monster.
Well, he's just
though.
telling it to him.
Oh.
Well,
He says- Just ignore any growls or snarls you hear, or whimpers.
I'll make sure not to. Yeah, I won't even touch it. We ain't go near it. Thank you for letting me know.
It's
that.
all the way at the bottom.
Thank you.
All right.
I keep my key in my back pocket and I sleep very deeply.
All right. So you go downstairs, and as you're going downstairs, some of the Zop boys follow you,
You barded up.
and you're seeing cannons. You see the ship's mast as you pass by. There is
Mini forge.
another staircase that goes down.
Oh, the
on
forge
the
is all
left
the way
here.
down.
Yeah.
So I'm going
Keep
all the way
going?
down. Yeah, I'm going to wherever I'm smithing.
You're down.
Looks like you're gonna
Um,
be smithing right above the creature.
You're in
Or
kind of a
next to the
storage
creature.
area, and some of the Zops stay in place where they are.
Zap, zap.
So I got to like, I'm guessing there's like a tiny little, just like a mini forge.
So there's a room over
coal
here,
forge or something.
and there is some cages over
We have to
here,
be cool.
and
cage?
everything else is just
Unless you want to burn more wood and then cause a
No,
giant
no,
fire.
it's like
everything
a
else
coal-
is just crates and barrels and
It's
stuff.
like a coal forge.
There's a crate.
little
No, you
anvil.
don't see a coals forge
How
yet.
the fuck am I supposed to smith?
There's
Kitchen?
a room over here,
I was
and
like,
there's
kitchen.
I'll go into that room.
Wait, what's in the cages?
you'll go into the room, and there is a small forge at the head of the ship here.
All right.
Don't cause a fire. You're all
I'm
gonna
a smith.
die.
I know how to handle this.
We're all gonna die.
Well, I'll take my sword out. I guess
We
I'll
all
take my
die.
sword
Oh,
off
God.
and my bow, because he doesn't want any weapons. And
Yeah.
I'll leave it here, I guess. I'll put it off to the side, but I'm gonna look for. Is there like a chain somewhere?
Yeah, there's a small chain.
Okay, I'll grab that small chain since I took off my arm wrap on my left hand and just wrap the chain around my arm,
Mm-hmm.
just to have something. And I'll start making nails and shit.
Cool.
Or actually, I'm gonna grab one of my daggers.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see if I can kind of make two little hooks, like just pretty much like grab a chain link.
Yeah.
And attach it to the dagger at the end. So
Yep.
the dagger's at the end of the chain, and then just kind of hide the dagger inside the chain.
Right.
Start smithing.
Cool. And so give me, you're going to have to give me some kind of a check.
I don't know what.
Did we figure out if it was strength or dexterity or
I
what
think we
happened?
said dexterity,
Mhm.
because I don't have any strength.
Right.
Just dex and proficiency because I'm proficient.
Right.
I think that's probably 14.
Okay.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, you're able to make nails. It's going to take you a couple hours to make like hundreds.
I'll just give me.
All right, let's move on to someone else. Who else would like to do something on the ship?
Cody.
Sure.
Joe's turn.
I'm gonna go
All right.
bard it up. What's up?
All right. So,
I guess we should go check out where his health clinic thingy is, I guess.
right. He's going to take you. I'm actually going to make him a pacifist right here.
Medical bay.
And no, he would be a pacifist. He's going to take you down, and he's going to take you over here into this corner. And he's going to be like, this box right here. And then it's basically just a corner. Pops open the corner, or pops open the box, and it's just full of
Potions and shit.
healing potions. There's a healer's kit. There's like cloths, and there is saws in here that
Ugh.
look rusted and dirty. And
We should clean
he
these.
says,
I can
well,
clean my own.
you see, sometimes
Just put it in the
when the
forge,
men
you know,
get injured, we have to operate. And he shows you the saw. Many times, if they get injured and we cannot save the limb, we have to cut it off. So,
they die
of
from
course-
infection.
is ready.
well, yes, and so that's the reason why I'm such a pacifist, because I see men suffering.
Ah,
I don't know what he means. I've seen men suffering all the time.
well, I do think you need to clean your saw.
Why?
Ah,
It's a good saw. It works well on wood and bone. You could have said that out loud. That would have been funny.
I can press to digitize it, sanitized.
I know. I'm about. I can do the same thing too. Yeah. That's his invitation to make it clean.
Oh, you've made sawy clean.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's move
What's-
with that.
Why clean though?
Some really bad things have happened when people use dirty things on people.
Tell me about it.
Oh. It must be new magic I don't know about.
Usually gives them fevers.
Ah,
That's a common one that I've noticed.
the shakes?
Yeah, and sweats.
Oh, shakes, sweats. Ah, yes, that explains a lot. I'll put this away. He puts it in the crate and he says, well, if any of the men get injured, you'll be needing to know where this box is. Otherwise, we're just cutting wood to scale to fit into the different parts that break off as they break off. You see this wall right here? And you see that entire wall is just covered with lengths of wood that are all the same length.
So for the ship, to heal the ship. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And he says, And he says, and when we're not cutting wood, we're helping their mates. When they tar up the hull.
Great. Okay.
Yes.
Why am I doing all the labor? What is happening?
I'm smithing. Is that not labor?
Okay.
And where are we going next?
Andrew.
Who,
My
me?
turn.
Okay, I go to the top of the deck and I'm just peering around. I'm like making sure everything is good with the ladies. Any trouble? They need anything moved back and forth?
Spit again.
They spit again.
Like, I think you guys might have like medical problems.
Do you guys have bronchitis?
Yeah. I make them some tea.
So he
And
says,
I have pretty good charisma too, so I'm, up there just like, ladies.
the Jovi, the one that looks like the boxer, right? He looks like
Dope.
Rocky.
Oh, right.
Yes, Sylvester Stallone.
Uh-huh.
He comes up to you and he says,
Yo.
yo. He says, you seem like a man of age. I appreciate that.
I go,
He says,
thanks for the compliment.
in my 40 years here, I've went and I've punched out many people. I've had a couple fist fights, a couple knockout down dragouts. And you know what I really need? What I really, really need
Tell me.
is a good fish. Good cooked fish. Do you cook?
I can get some fish cooked for you.
Yeah.
think.
Here's what I'm going to have you do. See, I'm the quartermaster. And so what that means is I'm the second in charge.
Okay.
And I want to impress old John here. Never steal. He's a great guy. And so what I want to do is I want to go and I want to catch him some big fish. So while I'm not doing work, because we don't have a second ship right now, and usually when they have the second ship, I'm the captain of the second ship. So right now, I'm just letting John do all the talking. So mainly
let's
I've
fish.
been fishing.
Let's
Yeah.
go fish.
Come on, bud.
Let's go fish.
And he goes and he grabs a spool off the side of the boat. It's just basically just
Okay.
rope, swings it, throws it, and it's basically just a crate. And it goes down, and he goes, and you just leave it. Grab the other one.
I grab the other one.
Roll.
Oh.
Make a dexterity,
Yeah.
strength,
Well,
whatever skill you think
it's not
would
gonna
help you with throw.
It does not help. I do not have a good throw, but I could try it again.
Okay. What did you roll?
It was a 4, so 7 or.
Okay. So
9 or
it
something.
wasn't a very long throw, but you're able to pull it back up.
But I'm like, can you show me one more time?
Yeah, just use your wrist. It's all in the wrist, and you got to get that swing going.
There we go.
Get some momentum going. Toss it.
22.
You get it to about where he threw it, and he says, "That's a good arm right there."
Yeah, you're teaching me well, sir.
And he says, "All you gotta do is just reel it up slowly. Reel it up slowly. You reel it up, reel it up, reel it up, and when you pull it up, there's like 3 shrimp in it."
Ooh, 3 shrimp!
And he says, "We're gonna need a little bit more than 3."
Well, 3 is a good start.
Yeah, 3's not a crowd. We need a crowd. Let's do it one more time.
Okay, so we keep rolling. We're just fishing.
Just one
fishing
more?
for shrimp. We're not getting any more shrimp
No?
today.
All right.
That's enough for today.
I go,
All
let's
right.
start with these 3 shrimp. I'm gonna get these 3 shrimp cooked. And these are gonna be the 3 tastiest shrimp you've ever had.
All right, buddy. You go make them tasty shrimp.
So I take a little stick, boop, and then I'm like over a little thing, and I'm just for the next like hour.
There's
Nice and toasty.
yeah. They actually
Sprinkling
cook
on a
on
little-
deck. They cook right here on deck.
I go, this is some big deck you got here.
They
You
have
scrub this deck?
they have a pot that they just cook everything in.
Ooh, but even all 3 shrimp? But I'm like,
And so you could just throw everything in the pot. Bloop, bloop, bloop. All right. There
Do
you
we have
go.
any-
That's cooking for him.
let me see. Do I have? I'm sure I have some sort of herbs and spices.
Yeah, let's spice it up.
I start spicing it up.
Stone soup.
I pull out a little box of the famous green smoke herbs and spices.
Oh, okay. A little tobacco
little
stuff.
Wacko tobacco.
All right.
And I start
Throwing it in
making
there.
a little green smoke special.
All right. All right. Now let's go over to Althea. So
Okay.
John takes a liking to you
Yeah.
because you've taken a liking to him,
He's my boyfriend.
and he's my boyfriend. And he says, "Well, you'll be following me around. Might be my new quartermaster. Let's see. Let's start with. Let's just check the different. Let's just ask everybody how they're doing. Ladies, how they're doing? All right.
Perfection.
Zups, how you doing? All right. Looks like the two brothers are at it again. After he was done fishing, he ended up getting into a fist fight. With
Oh, I
his
go
other
and I
brother.
put a stop to that.
Yeah, with his other brother.
I go, whoa,
Silent.
guys.
And they're just like boo, 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 boo.
I stop
And he
them.
says, "You gotta let them get all the energy out."
I go,
That's
hey,
fine.
I'm the new security guy
They'll
on this
sleep
boat.
well
I
tonight.
go, why don't you guys try a shrimp? And I give them some shrimp, and they're like, oh yeah.
Deadlift shrimp.
And he takes you into his room.
Ooh.
And
I
he's
say,
like,
put a sock on the door.
the door's open.
No one
Oh,
knows.
come on.
He says, "Well, this is where we figure out the navigation. We have the quartermaster figure out the navigation. Where
This is
we
where he
going?
points
We're going
north.
the island of
Excellent.
tortoises." And he looks down at his.
I don't fucking know.
He looks
We're
down. He has
figuring
some
it
we were
books
going north.
over
Whatever
here,
the
but
fuck is happening, we're going to the place.
You're going north, and then you have to kind of turn around and then go south.
It's like tide shit.
Yeah, well, because there's a coral reef, and John then begins to tell you there's a coral reef that goes along the west side, from the west side of Sectus, and it goes all the way up, and it goes a few miles, and you have to go around the reef, or else you'll hurt the bottom of the ship. There's actually a whole series of sunken ships along the reefs before they figured out that if you go a few miles north, then turn around, you'll be fine. And he goes, "Oh, this," and he closes this book. He says, "Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about that."
Fucking guffins.
It's okay, she's illiterate.
And he kind of actually slips the book into like a little pouch he has on his side.
Well, fuck.
And then I want to go
Is-
back to
is the
Delron
answer.
real fast.
Go for it.
Delron, when you are
Stacking up
smithing,
nails.
you hear some growls, but then you hear
Let me try my sick
a
voice.
moan, like a
No, I
human
can't
moan,
Oh, I'm not gonna do that one. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
like somebody like, oh.
Well, I'm alone in this deck, right? So I take a
Polymorph.
repent from the
It's
sheath,
gonna be a polymorph.
and I open the door from the smith, and I'm just gonna first look down to those cages.
They are covered with a sheet.
Great security guys. Sheep.
I'll try and sneak up to there, so quietly.
Mm-hmm.
20 modded stealth.
Left or right?
I'll start with the right one.
You lift it up.
I'm not gonna lift it. I'm just gonna look.
You
kinda
notice
move up
that
as
the cages are made out of whale bones, and in
That's
between the whale bones is a fully nude man
Oh,
with tattoos all over his face.
oh my.
He's bald. He doesn't have tattoos on all over his face and all over his body. And he looks emaciated, starved, sleeping in the corner, and it just reeks of a horrible stench. And you hear, "Hello? Is it feeding time already?"
Almost. I was working down here, and you're kind of making a lot of noise. I was asking you to be quiet, maybe.
"Oh,
The dick.
I'll do whatever you tell me. Just don't hurt me. Whatever you do."
I'm not gonna hurt you.
So
You
is
know
this
who
this
hurt
guy,
you.
or this is the voice of the bald naked guy, or
Yeah,
that
bald
guy?
naked guy.
Oh, I thought he was hearing the voice. from
I
the
look
other
at him like I'm not the one that hurts you. You know who hurts you.
You gotta get me out, buddy. You gotta get me out, please.
But
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. You just need to help me.
Hey, shh.
And you just need to tune in next week to find out.
God damn it, Mark.
You just need to tune in next week.
Find out what happens to all of our nude
Christmas,
men.
happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Bye, everybody. We'll see you closer to the new year.
Quick, please.